Phil, Chrissy, it's nice to see you both. Phil, to you first. Why do you want to become the Mayor of Christchurch? Arguably, some would say a bit of a thankless job.
I want to do it because I'm passionate about it. I've been there 2.5 years now and I know I can make a difference. So give it a go and get stuck into it.
Chrissy, when Phil said, I want to be the Mayor of Christchurch, what was your reaction?
Initially, I said no. But because he can make a difference and he wants to make a difference and he is incredibly passionate about it. So, and he's got a good team around him and I think it'll make a huge difference and he enjoys it as well.
What have you learned being a city councillor?
Know how to do process, maybe don't dig as many ditches, but I didn't do that for any particular reason, I just thought it was the right thing to do.
You're known as a person that gets things done, and probably because when you got your digger out and got rid of that flood, which the council didn't like, but you actually did affect change. Do you hope to bring that same sense of urgency to the council? Because as you've said, the processes involved in doing anything takes a long time, doesn't it?
Some of the policies that we as councillors make to give to our staff to implement, we've got to go down and talk to the staff and say, how can we make your life easier? The poor staff are the ones that gets hammered by people saying, oh, I've been waiting for this for ages and yada, yada, yada. But if we can make it easier for them to do their job, that's what we've got to do.
Chrissy, for you, watching your husband being on council, what have you made of his past term?
Never off the phone when he's home. But I do enjoy listening to what's happening around Christchurch and all the things that are going on in council. I didn't think I would, but I do. It's really interesting. And if you don't tell me, then one of the others will tell me, which is just as good.
How did you two meet?
We knew each other for a long time and then later on went out and the rest was history, really.
About 18 or 15 odd years ago, I suppose.
We were married 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Just 6.
Just 6?
Just 6, yeah. Took a long time for him
so
to...
the golden wedding anniversary may not happen.
No.
What do you do for fun outside of work?
Before I got into council, I used to do a lot of motor racing with old vintage cars, old British touring car I've got, and great fun. No one, you go out there, no one really cares who wins. It's just camaraderie. I like playing around with a challenge. I've got the guys at work to make a rubber chopping machine to recycle rubber and stuff like that. Just try and solve problems. And the most important thing is the grandkids. We've got 8 grandkids under 9, and life is extremely busy here at Christmas time, but they're very good medicine and they all live in Christchurch and we're sort of very blessed to have that.
Chrissy, do you give Phil any advice on what to do, what to say or what not to say?
I do, and sometimes, just recently, I can't remember what I said, but he said, oh, this is going to be a long term, isn't it?
I've started to actually listen.
Yeah, he does listen a little bit more now. Just you know, like just advice. When I can see something, you know, like, because I can sort of show him from a different perspective.
You can get the blinkers on and think this is what we're doing, but Chrissy's a very good sounding board and say, oi, stop.
So you're the reasonable person?
Yes.
At the moment as we sit here, essentially it's a one-horse race.
Well, not one horse, I've got the wizard. He's 89 and that's pretty scary. He might put a spell on me, you see, I'm a bit worried about that. I'd prefer it wasn't a one-horse race. I'd rather it, if I win, fair and square and get the mandate to do things.
Don't use the word mandate.
Okay, no mandate. Yeah, we've had enough of the word mandate.
What's the one thing that you're hoping to achieve if you are lucky enough to become Mayor of Christchurch?
Get priorities right, especially on roading. We're spending money in town, in one particular case, we're doing 3 blocks of Gloucester Street and 1 part of Rolleston Terrace, Rolleston Ave, outside Christ College and the museum. We're spending $15 million. Now those streets aren't that knackered.
What's wrong with them?
Not a lot, but we're going to tidy them up and put cobblestones and make them all look nice. But we could get away with that for quite some time. Inflation is going to nail us to the ground this year. If I can get us to spend our money in better priorities in different parts of the city, that's what I want to do.
And try and keep rates under control, because under Dalzell's tenure, rates have continued to go up.
And this is going to be the scary bit, because everyone is struggling for fuel, groceries, you name it. Everything is going to be expensive, and there's not going to be as much spare money floating around to be able to throw more people's rates. We've still got to do stuff. We've still got to do water mains. We've still got to do sewer, all that sort of thing. They're the important things.
What's not important?
People say that I'm anti-cycleways. I'm not anti-cycleways. There's nothing wrong with cycleways, and it gets people fitter and it gets people moving around the better. I'm just a little bit anti on how much we're actually spending on some of these things. There's got to be a better way to get further with the amount of money that we've been given. And the government have given us, I think it's about 80 odd million of shovel-ready money. Hallelujah, thank you very much, because that's a gift. It's like winning lotto, we've got the money. Let's spend it and spend it wisely.
Give us your best pitch right now. People watching this, why should they vote for Phil Mauger?
I want to change things around and get back to core basic stuff, because you put your rate demand on the fridge when you get it, and you look at it every morning when you walk out to work, and you go out there and you see your rubbish not collected, you see cracks in your footpath, the gutter needs sweeping, the reserves need mowing. You should expect that as of right, because that's what you pay your rates for. You don't want to see a lot of flowery stuff happening all over the place that's not important at this stage.
Phil Mauger and Chrissy, nice to meet you both.
Thank you very much.